Hey everybody, hope y'all having a good hump day.
Hello everybody.
All is joining me today. Let's see. Troy, how you doing? There's Paul. There's Troy. There's Sean. Sean, I hope you can stick around a minute. I might have a question for you. A laser question. Thomas Graham in the house. Kevin Ells, how you doing, Kevin? I am running some tests today, Sean and everybody else, but there's and Sean, you probably heard me mention this before. There's an old school building that I'd like to do a scale model of. So, it's an old, well, it's demolished now. It's not even there, but it was an old brick building. I got some pictures on here I can show if anybody wants to see it. But when I say an old school building, it's like from way back in the day. It was built in 1908. And I think they tore it down about the mid 60s. I only went to first and second grade there, but there was all 12 grades all in this one building. And when you see it, you'll see it's not very big. And I think there was probably about 12 kids in my first and second grade class the 2 years I went there. But anyway, I was been watching some YouTube videos on how these guys laser their brick patterns when they're making a little model of a building. So one guy I watched, or a couple of guys I watched, I guess, were using a diode, and I can't remember what scale. I think it was N scale. But anyway, so I got to doing some ciphering and looked up online what the size, the standard size of a brick. And they say the standard size is, I forget, 3 5/8 wide by 2 1/4 inches tall by 7 5/8 long. Well, when you do the mathematics to get it to an HO scale, that's like 0.026 by 0.092 long. So, 92 thousandths, not very big at all. And when you do the N scale, which is what I've been running a test on, it's super small. It's like 14 thousandths tall by 48 thousandths long. Well, I'm having trouble running my test. I got the HO scale to look pretty decent, although it still looks small to me. But I went back, double checked my math, went and read on a forum online. Their dimensions confirmed what mine were. But right here, this big old black spot, that's what I just got running. I put the 1.5 inch lens. It's running as fast as this thing will go, and it's at 8% power, which if I set it at 7, it won't even fire. But it's just way too much. Now, maybe if I sand it, which I'm going to go over here and hit it with the sander real quick. Yeah, that's not going to work, because when you sand it, then you lose what fine detail you had. Now it really looks like crap. But anyway, this one, let me get big here. This one right here above my fingers. I don't know if I can get it close enough you can see it. It still don't look very good on the video, but if you look close, you can see it's got the brick pattern, and you can feel the texture, with your fingernail and stuff like that. But man, that's just super small. I don't know how those guys are doing it. I guess I'm wondering if that's something that's going to have to be done on a diode.
Or maybe they don't really do it to scale.
Well, oops. Yeah, that could be too. But I don't know. The ones I've watched, it just looks right the way they do it. And like I said, the one guy I know was using a diode, a Creality. I forget the name now. Some diode by Creality. But anyway, Sean, if you've got any tips, can a N scale or HO scale brick pattern be done with a CO2 laser, or is it?
You said some upscale a little.
Okay. Yeah, they must. I don't know what they're. Now, see, I was thinking if you did a say a concrete block, which is 8 inches by 8 inches by 16, that would be, the 8 inches would be about 090 something, 095 or 96, something like that. And then the 16 is going to be about twice that. So that would be a good thing. But I just don't know how anybody's doing it with a CO2. Because like I said, I'm running it as fast as, and that's the other thing that's kind of ticked me off, because I have gone in here. I thought, well, let me go see if I can up the speed. And of course, you have to change the parameters. And I got out my manual, and it said the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put that in, and it says incorrect password. So then I thought, okay, is it 0, 0, 0, 0? I tried a bunch of different things, because I know they're not going to make it real hard. But I can't even get in to try to change the parameters. But I'm thinking this thing probably wouldn't go much faster than what it shows anyway. It's showing 500 millimeters a second, and that is flying. Yeah. Well, I'd have to upgrade my air to push any more, because I'm using the stock air. And with that, it is what it is. I guess what I need to do is take this, because like I say, this doesn't look bad. It's just really small. And this is for the HO. The N scale is a total wash. But I guess what I need to do is paint that and let it set, let the paint dry, and then come back with a white or a cream color or whatever, and put it on it and wipe it off to get it down in where the mortise joints are. But I don't know. I just didn't think it was going to be a big deal to do it. But then when I got out here, and I thought, man, that's super small. And these things just don't have that type of resolution. In fact, tell you what I'll do, since I ain't doing nothing anyway. Let me open up my V carve.
Now, 1 millimeter is 0.039 of an inch.
Right. Yep. Just under 40 thous.
Yep. And this is on my laser. Those are 1 millimeter marks.
Yeah.
Now, how much smaller than that are you going?
Well, for that N scale, it's like 14 thousandths. So roughly almost a quarter of what you're talking about
Of that?
by let's see, yeah, 48 thousandths, I think it was.
Wow.
So I mean, it's super small for that size. Matt Haas says, I have so many awesome laser projects on my to build list. Not enough time to make them all. Help. Yeah. I know the feeling, Matt, and I'm a lot older than you. I ain't gonna live long enough to be able to do everything I want to do. Or plus, I got a bad ticker on top of that. So, have the block size changes like 2x4s? I don't know. Probably so. I don't know. But what I'm going to do here, real quick, while Paul entertains y'all, I'm going to make up one here for like an 8-inch block. So an 8-inch block, let's see, that's going to be. Now let me get my calculator up here. I guess I could screen share so y'all can see what kind of stupid things I'm doing here. Okay, so here's my calculator. So if you got an 8-inch block and you divide it by 87, which is a HO gauge. Well, let me go the smaller one. Let's go 8-inch divided by 160 is N scale. So that'd be 50 thou tall, and then 16 depth would just be twice that. So it'd be 50 thousandths by 100 thousandths. So let's see here. Okay. Now, I can't even see good. So we want to go up 50 and over. Oops. There we go. Now, let's just see if I can make a pattern of this. Ain't no sense in going too big. And then it's going to be X 0.1 by 0.1, I think. Oh, nope, I did something wrong. Oh, that one's not right. What am I doing wrong here? Oh. Oh, that's right. That's the size. 1, 10. All right, somebody see what I'm doing wrong here? Something ain't right here. Let's see if I got this. Oh. 0.1, 0.05. All right, I don't get it. I'm doing something wrong, but I don't see what it is. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. Okay, so okay, so let's try this. Yeah, got to be the offset instead of the. Okay, there we go. Now, let me go back here. Yeah, let me do this. Oh, great. Where did it save that stupid thing? Ah, no wonder. Okay, now. It's still not there. Did I not select SVG? Okay, there we go. That's what I did wrong. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's see. Oops.
Well, that is awful small, isn't it?
Well, this is a lot bigger than what I was trying to run. Let's see if I've got this framed right. Okay, let me, let's see here. Let me go ahead and let y'all look at the, I can't do nothing right today. Well, we'll just take that out. There we go. There. Now let's see what happens with this. Oh yeah, I can already tell that's gonna look good on that. I think the problem is that other one is just so small that there's so much heat that it just blackens it up. Maybe that's what they do and just cheat and make the bricks where it's not really to the right scale. I thought all those guys were purists. And that's what I was trying to be. And it might work if you did it on the diode laser. I've got that little 5 or 5.5 watt, whatever that thing is over there. Maybe tomorrow I'll break it out and we'll try it on that thing. Yeah, that's looking real good there. It's so small, I don't know how well it's going to show up on this. Yeah, it's that one right there.
Yeah, you can see the bricks.
Yeah. So that would be an 8x16 block right there. And you can feel that with your fingernail too. So I'm sure you could probably, when you painted it gray, and then if you came back with a different shade and rubbed over, you could probably get the mortar look. But yeah, I'm going to have to keep playing around with that, I guess. Let's see. Let's get Paul back in here. There we go.
You have to buy more wood if you keep practicing.
Oh, I've got enough drop. I could practice a whole month. I need to throw some of this stuff out. I've got a lot of stuff stacked up under here. But see, I'll save, like when I ran that King of Hearts the other day, see, I saved stuff like this because I won't throw
Oh,
that
yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But yeah, I guess worst case, I'll have to just play around with it and see what the smallest is I can do. Plus, I'm going to go back and watch one of those guys' videos because I just want to. Well, I know he was using a diode though, and you can get some really good detail with a diode. Of course,
Well,
it's going to
especially
be a
like
lot.
with a 5 watt, like a 5 watt or a 10
Yeah.
watt, you ought to be able to get a real fine line.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think you all could see it probably good, but that's really good right there. So that would be, what did I say that was? That was in scale for an 8-inch block. I'll have to figure something out. I just hate the thought of, because the building, let me show you what the building looks like.
Did you see Sean's comment there?
Okay, I do horizontal lines first, and then a single. Well, you know what, Sean, that's probably what I need to do is change up the programming because mine is trying to do each little rectangle, so all that heat is staying right there. If you're doing it like you're talking about, is burning, but the heat's moving away. And then if it comes back the other, by the time it gets close to that other spot, it's cooled off some. So that's a great suggestion, Sean. I will go back and do some reprogramming and test that out later today, I guess. I don't know why I didn't think of that. All right, let me get the building queued up here. Y'all get a laugh out of this probably. Let's see, where did I put it? Okay, let's see if I can. Oops, that's not the right one. And I'm just hitting all the wrong buttons today. Okay, here's the school building, and you don't really. This part's the school. This part right here, and I've got a picture. I don't think you can read it here, but this was the gymnasium that was added on later on. It was built in 1908, but they didn't even have a gym for quite a while. There's my class. Let's see how many kids are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, there was 19. That's still pretty small. Let's see here. I don't know where. Okay, here's the one you can see, and this picture's way older than me. There's the gymnasium right there. And see, this is how, like I said, the building's tore down. So when I do this, I'm going to be going off of pictures, and I'll have to try to zoom in and go, okay, there's about 8 inches, 8 inches. So that's about 2 foot right there. And then another one here, so, so about 32 inches or so, and that's how you kind of have to, draw stuff up, is going by. Oh man, why does that one keep coming up? Okay, now here's a better look, maybe. This is the front of the school. So you can see that whatever, like here's the corner from there to there. I don't know what that is. Maybe 80 feet or something like that. And then it goes from here back that way. That was the whole school, all 12 grades right there. Here's a view from the other side. And you can see, here's another, those doors that were over here, there's another side where they're over here on this side. So the corner's right about in here. So it doesn't go back that very far. There's, okay, now here, that other picture was my 2nd grade class. This is my 1st grade class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 kids. And that was it. Good old Mrs. Brown right there. This is all that's left when you go there now. This is the bell that used to be sitting on top of the building. When they tore it down, they kept enough of these bricks, and you can see that this thing was in pretty bad shape. But 1908 to 1963, I think it was a year or two after that they actually tore it down. But yeah, that's all that's left. And right, that little pole barn type thing they got back here, they got picnic tables and stuff. But that's basically, when you walk out there now, you can see where the concrete footing was. That's all that's left of it.
Whereabouts was that at, Dave?
It's in New Winchester, Indiana. And if you try to look it up, it's real hard to find because whenever you Google New Winchester, it always wants to find Winchester, not New Winchester, because there's a bigger school in Indiana called Winchester. But it's just a little cross in the road with a caution light, is all it is. And it's still that way. Oh, I don't know why I got that in there. That's one of my old cars I used to have. But anyway, there it is. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that. Do the horizontal lines and then single line vertical. That might just do it, Sean. It's still gonna be a little tiny, but that would be the way to do it. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Sean says, really neat building. Sent a video to your messenger. Okay. Let's see what Sean sent. Oh, he showed it. Okay, that's even different than what I thought you were talking about, Sean, because I thought you were talking about starting on one side and doing a horizontal line all the way across, and then then move up and come back this way to move up. So you're doing all the long lines, and then when you switch to the vertical, you're just doing the little short lines. I'll have to play around with it some more. It might can be done with this. But I appreciate you sending me that, Sean.
Don't forget to add the 3/8 mortar line too.
Well, that's going to be basically what, because if they say that you get different things on line. Some places say the standard size for a length is 7 5/8, and then other places just kind of round up and say it's 8 inches.
8 inches, so, yeah. That's what I always thought it was 8 inches by like 2.5.
I got a couple of them laying right out here. I can measure one. But I know when I measured one, I couldn't read it because I was bent over, but it was just under 8 inches. All right. Well, I guess not many folks out there saying anything. Did I miss any? No, I don't think I missed anything. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up, and I'll draw that up a different way. I did tell it though, because the way I did it, I drew the rectangle, then moved one up on top of it and over a half. But I did tell it in light burn to not do the lines that are overlapping. So it wasn't getting too dark because of that. It's just trying to do the whole thing, and it's so close together. It's just making it too black.
It'd be interesting to see how much difference there is between your laser and like that 5-watt laser to see.
Yeah. Well, I know that, even before I got that
Hey,
5-watt.
we got a comedian out there in the chat.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. Yeah. He thinks he ought to be in stand-up or something.
Should rename this to Couple of Gray Hairs in the Middle of the Day. Don't get me upset now, Ryan. I won't be able to take my nap.
Of course, he's not far behind us. He's getting kind of
Yeah.
gray tinges here and there too.
Yeah. I'm glad you got your video straightened out, Ryan. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what the heck you were thinking when I watched it that first time. But I just assumed you knew it was like that. I didn't know you didn't know, but it was a little tough to watch at first. It's all good now. Going to rename his podcast to the Fat Gray Haired Guy Show now. Someone says, "What did I miss?" I don't think you missed nothing. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up. I ain't got nothing else going on. Like I said, I've been out here playing around with that. My goal was to have, because I didn't think I'd have that much trouble trying to get it working. What I was going to do is have some made and go ahead and have the red paint on them so that I could, during the show, come back and put the other on there and then wipe it off, see if I could get the mortar joints, but it just didn't work out. But there's just not much there, and even like I said, even that one's the HO scale. So the 8-inch block one worked good though. All right, well, let's get out of here. Everybody can get back to whatever they were doing, and we'll maybe have something more exciting to show you tomorrow. On a bird note, I did have something. I walked by my door. I went to Tractor Supply and bought a suet feeder the other day. You put those suet cakes in there. And I just happened to be walking by the door and something caught my eye. And I looked out there and I had a red-headed woodpecker out there. So that was something different. I had never seen one of them. They don't come up to the regular feeder.
Does the squirrel go after it?
He hadn't yet. Usually they sit back and watch, and when they see the birds start to come and go, then they know to come on up there. But he hadn't come up there, and the birds really haven't gone after it like I thought they would. I thought they would tear that stuff up, but they'll come, and I don't know whether it's real filling for them or what, but they get a little bit, and they might come back once and get a little more, and then I don't see them anymore for a while. So, all righty, well, let's get out of here. Everybody have a good hump day. And like I said, I'll try to have something a little more exciting to show y'all tomorrow. Let's see if I can hit the right buttons. Getting out of there, been hitting wrong buttons all day. So, all right, here we go. That's the right one. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you.